this Juneteenth thing and having marketing around it. You know, Walmart trying to find ways to sell stuff around the holiday. Other big time retailers trying to find ways to make profits.
We do it for 4th of July.
So they, you know, some people are saying, you know what, it's ours. We don't really want it to be marketed in a way because you don't know how to market to us or anything.
Well,
like
how about
that.
they say, let people of color help you with that process. So Walmart,
How about
need
we-
you to.
Was that your executive voice?
You Negroes.
Great idea, Tyrone. This is a great idea.
What? Do you want to throw the monkey on the sweatshirt? Just monkeying around. Put the black boy in that one. Yeah. No.
Watermelon and fried chicken.
Look, like, okay. So I hate saying this word, but I'm going to try it anyway. It's Abercrombie. Did I say that right?
No.
Abercrombie. Did I say it right? Abercrombie.
Abercrombie.
Abercrombie. Abercrombie. Like, I don't wear that white stuff.
Welcome to another episode of Diva Court.
You coming late, so hopefully I don't fall asleep on y'all.
I'm your host, Marsha Mignot, and with me is my sleepy co-diva, Dana Smith.
Sleepy Joe's cousin.
Sleepy Joe's sister. We are not responsible for the things she's going to say, and we really mean that.
I think I'm going to say some really good things today.
Oh, you do?
I do so.
Well, that's good, because we don't own the rights to what she's going to talk about.
No. Only I do.
You sure? You better put that disclaimer out there, because if you talk about something somebody else owes.
That's true.
This show is for edutainment purposes only.
Yes.
Please look for our episodes each week. We push them out on Wednesdays. Join us on
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts,
Apple.
and Google Podcasts. This episode is sponsored by Cutie Nails and Spa in Midtown, offering manicures and pedicures.
Get them toes done.
Facials.
Slap that. Slap that cream on that face.
And lashes.
I told y'all I was late.
Enjoy a spa experience and let a team of cuties take care of you.
I got something to say.
About cutie nails?
No. Oh, hey, cutie.
I was going to say, that's what you need to say.
Hey, cutie. But I do have something to say about this production. I sound so far away from the mic. I'm going to need y'all to turn my mic up. Turn my mic up. Up some more. Up a little bit more. I was listening to the podcast. And I was like, why does she sound like she in the other room? And Marsha's like, very clear. And I'm like, 3 rooms away.
Well, I'm not the one dancing away from the microphone during the proceedings.
Well, if it's loud enough, they should be able to catch me if I'm over here, if I'm over there, you know.
Or if you're in another room.
Exactly. Can I get a lapel? I'm just saying. Producer, can I get a lapel? For season 3. Is that your answer?
That was better.
Better than what he was coming with. Okay.
I was about to tell you about my check-ins and the savings.
And how it works. And how they connected. All right, topic number 1, listeners, is...
Or it could have been not my chair, not my problem.
Yeah, sit tight.
Or how about you just stop moving?
I can't make no promises. Just turn my mic up.
He said, could you train her to sit in front of the mic?
You can't train this old dog new tricks.
Okay, doggy dog.
Because tricks is for kids.
Sailor Rabbit.
All right, let's get this show on the
Topic
road.
number 1, listeners. There's a man
Amen.
who fired a weapon inside a gym that was hosting a children's summer camp. Now, more guns make it harder for the police to determine who the Good Samaritan is. That's my take. A lot of individuals are talking about...
How you just go right into your take when you ain't even telling the story? That's my take.
All right. So let me tell you what the story is. The story is a man goes into the summer camp and he fires. Thank goodness nobody was harmed. All right. So he injures, he just fires a weapon. Whatever reason, thank God, nobody got hurt. There are individuals, when you bring up stories like that regarding gun control, that will say to you, everybody get a gun. You get a gun. You get a gun. You get a gun. And we want to hand out guns as if Oprah was handing out cars. My take on that is, no, that's not a good idea, because it's going to make it more difficult for law enforcement to determine who's the good guy when they show up. What's your take?
My take is that there's no other options. Like, let's just give guns out. You know, of course you need to do background checks and, you know, but yes, why not? Let's not take them away. Just if you want, if you know that everybody's carrying a gun, you might not be so bad at it. You know, you may not be trying to go in there and start shooting up people when you know, like, there's at least out of 10 individuals, 4 of them might be carrying a gun.
So why wouldn't that mean I just need to show up with more guns?
Because most of these people are lone rangers. These are not, it's not like,
so I don't need more ammunition?
It's not like the gangs of the hood is running up into schools and taking out people. It's not that. It's one person who is preying on vulnerable people. So when you weak like that, you need to be put down by someone who is a hero, because you're being a coward.
Speaking of heroes, there's a gentleman, where is it, Colorado?
Yeah.
That was coming to the rescue. There's a mass shooting. He comes to the rescue. And when the law enforcement
it wasn't a mass shooting.
It was a shooting?
Yeah, the individual had shot and killed a cop.
Okay, so someone shot and killed a cop.
In the mall.
And a Good Samaritan.
And was running, yeah.
And the Good Samaritan shot the person who shot the cop.
Right.
And then the cops showed up and shot the Good Samaritan.
Well, I mean, you're always going to have a casualty.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
What?
Whoa.
What? It's true.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. I didn't say it was
minute.
Perfect. I just said that.
Minute.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He
so
said,
you don't see that everybody having a gun. That scenario is crystal clear, that everybody having a gun places law enforcement in a predicament. When they show up, now they have to try to determine, of the 100 people here with weapons, which ones are a threat.
Right. They just need to be trained better.
Trained on knowing what?
On saying, hey, put your weapons down before you shoot.
And all
Isn't
100.
that like a thing, though? Like, aren't you supposed to say, like, put your weapons down before I shoot? Or is that just in the movies?
That's just in the movies.
No, seriously, that is just in the, like, the police can run up into a place and they see a gun, they just shoot the person.
Okay, so you forgot the clip about the little Hispanic boy that was throwing the
No,
gun
I'm
behind
not.
him. And the cop said, let me see your hands. And then pow, 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 shot him before he could
Listen.
show him his hands.
That's not
You
what
forgot that one?
That's
okay,
not,
let me talk about the incident where the black man
No.
pulls into the BP gas station.
No,
The
I
cop
wanna talk
says,
about that.
can I have your driver's license? He reaches in to get his driver's license. The cop shoots him.
I'm
Pow, pow,
not
pow.
talking-
And he said, why'd you shoot me? The cop was like, I don't know.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about,
So what are we
like, if
talking about?
everybody, like, there'll be new rules for society. Like,
What are going to be the new rules?
Like, one of the new rules could be like, you know, when you call, if everybody has a gun, everybody's used to everybody having a gun. So when you call in 911, you be like, hey, you know, the shooter, there's a shooter in there and, you know, citizens are shooting at him. So be aware that, you know, there are people who are
So what if
handling
the person that the citizens are shooting at?
Just in case you want to come.
I didn't. Excuse me. I just want to inform y'all.
I just let
There's
y'all
a
know.
situation here, but it's being
It's
handled.
being handled. So when you come, just know
Don't
that we
handle
got
it.
this.
Don't handle
That
it.
we got this.
Because we already used the
Ask
guns.
questions first and then shoot.
Or shoot and ask questions later.
All I'm saying is that, like, for me, you know, mall incident, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about schools. I'm thinking, like, I want teachers who want to. I'm not talking about teachers who, like, I don't want to carry no gun. I'm talking about teachers who volunteer and not those cowboy teachers who got like they already got issues with kids and parents already
Did not
complaining
tell
about
you
them.
to sit down. Pow.
Right. I'm talking about teachers with good standings. I feel like those who want to carry a weapon should be able to carry a weapon.
The kids are not safe. They're not safe.
All I'm saying is, my husband's a teacher.
You've never
and
gotten on a kid. The kid's never gotten on your last nerve, and you said, "Whoo, Lord Jesus, I'm glad I'm not a teacher." Huh? You ever been doing homework and say, "Whoo, I'm so glad I'm not a teacher."
No, I don't.
You're not one of those parents that go,
No, I'm the
"Oh
parent
my
like,
God,
I need to be up here. I need to be teaching y'all."
No, you're not one of those parents that go, "Summer? No, we don't want summer. We want year-round school. We don't want these jokers at the house."
No, I don't have.
We
that.
want the teachers.
I
to
actually
babysit them.
enjoy COVID. Like I enjoyed COVID and my kids being at home.
Wait. I'm gonna need you to rephrase that.
like that.
Don't say you enjoyed
Okay,
COVID.
I
You enjoyed
enjoyed
spending time with
my
family.
kids during
Yeah.
COVID, and we had to do school stuff.
Okay.
For the record, clarification
You sound
or
like COVID was a drink
verification.
for a second. I was thinking COVID was on the menu.
No, I enjoyed the school period during COVID because I was able to know what my kids were doing, and I was able to get in their butts. And rewrite that. Like, oh, I don't like that sentence. Rewrite it. Oh no, I don't like that one either. I was on them. Like they weren't getting away with that. I mean, I'm not saying being a teacher is an easy job. No,
that's a tough job.
No way.
Especially when now you want
but
me to
I do
shoot up.
believe
You want me to be the security guard.
that's not what I'm saying.
You want me to fill out paperwork.
No.
You want me to make sure
I'm
they're
not
prepped
saying
for the
I
test.
don't. No. I'm telling you, if you want to protect yourself and the kids, there are people who are just like superheroes. Like that's what they do. They jump in front of kids to take a bullet. So I would rather, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me tell you what those people are not. Law
Alive.
enforcement in Texas.
Oh, no.
Because they said, we're going to wait a whole hour.
You went with law enforcement in Texas, and I went alive. They're not alive.
We're going to wait an hour.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm dependent. Y'all want to depend on law enforcement? Y'all want to depend on the government?
No. What we want
Y'all
to depend
on the government who can't get nothing together.
what we want to
who can't agree on anything to come up with gun laws to make it work when people.
Oh, you know what? I got a great idea. I got a fantastic idea. How about for every person that is shot and killed by the gun, especially if they're the parent of a child and the child is now an orphan, that the gun company has to pay child support?
How about, I got one better than that. How about everybody who has a gun, right, has to have gun insurance? Is that what you said? Somebody said that. It's not an original idea, so I'm not going to take it. But
that's
gun
good.
insurance. If you
I
have a
am
gun,
back on my edible.
she did that. She did that. She did that. Woo.
Look, I thought they were all gone last week.
No one. Let me just, for the record, it's not an original idea, but it was an idea that I heard in passing one time.
And that's a good one.
Gun insurance.
Yeah.
So if I have a gun, I have insurance.
Yeah. That if I shoot and kill somebody,
yeah,
the family members can get compensated for
right.
it.
If it's a legal shoot, they can get compensated. I don't fight it. They get compensated. And, if it's legal, of course, I don't go
Just
to jail.
like the car accident. It's a
Yeah.
legal accident.
Yeah.
Now you go file your
That
claim.
is what, and that will solve it. So people
And I think the gun companies should pay a portion of the premium. Let me tell you something. If gun companies started getting held accountable for these,
don't worry. The insurance company is going to do something. Because you're talking about the
A lot of
ability to
shootings.
pay out.
yeah,
And we talking about paying
that's a lot of money.
out.
That's a lot of money. They're not going to want to do
We're
that.
talking about paying out.
They're not going to want to do that. Because you have insurance companies now that
But
will stop writing policies in certain jurisdictions if things start going awry. You know what I mean? They'll pull out. Like we've had people who are writing policies for trucking companies in Georgia that just got up and said, hey, the dump trucks are flipping and it's too many claims. I'm out. And they stop writing policies for that. They write auto insurance policies, but they won't write any policies for trucks.
But what I'm saying is that the insurance has to be high. I mean, the premium. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The premium has to be something that you.
Then you're going to have people that are, trying to fight the law, stating that it's having a chilling effect on gun ownership. and then it's violating their Second
Maybe it's
Amendment
not high.
right.
Maybe it's reasonable, but
It's got to be reasonable.
Yeah,
because
but it's
other than
so
that,
many-
they're going to say you're making it impossible for a person to
maybe it's
exercise
reasonable.
their right.
And you have to have insurance on every gun that you have in your house, not just the one.
Correct.
It can be one
I agree
policy.
with that. Just like every car.
Yeah. I think that,
Every
and
car.
now, and so, and then, so if we're in the schools, the teacher, and again, when people say armed teachers, we ain't talking about your weak ass second grade teacher who can't even control the kids in her classroom, who can't bust a grade, can't tell nobody to sit down.
Sit down.
The kids is telling her ass to sit down. We ain't talking about her.
There's only one thing I learned. I just want to caution you. Don't say we. Don't put yourself in there. Just say I.
That's
the thing
right.
I'm talking about. 'Cause
Hello.
Guess what? You'd be looking silly if we was talking. They was like, no, yeah. No, arm that week.
No,
70
no.
Aren't we?
When
Aren't we? Speaking French?
okay, so I will say when I am talking about, I'm talking about people who want to volunteer. And when you do volunteer, you have to take a psychiatric test. You can't just be like,
The person we hand the gun to.
right. You can't
Because
just
we
be
might
the
hand it
gym
to you,
teacher
and you
who be
just shoot
like,
everybody in the class.
you know, I like to go paintballing every afternoon after I leave out of here. I just line up the pictures of all the kids I don't like and just like, pat, 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 pat. We ain't talking about him. We're not talking about him.
You have
We're
to be
talking
vetted.
about-
There needs to
exactly,
be a
you have
vetting process.
We're talking about the teacher who knows they're going to jump in front of the student to make sure that student is protected. That teacher needs the gun. You know what I'm saying? And then to move forward, another policy is the gun is not available for the kids to get to. It's under lock and key. And when I say lock and key, not an actual key that they steal off the, fingerprint. You know what I'm saying? A fingerprint. There's so many different type of
Technology is there now.
yeah,
for
to,
them
to
to
get
be
into
able
where
to get
no kid can
access
have
where it is.
access to it. So when I hear people say, "Oh, the kid's gonna get the guns," no, they not. No, they not. Period. I think y'all like.
I'm not
this.
going to put period on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't put a period.
Right? And I'm
What
not
they
going to
gonna
say.
be like?
I'm not going to
She
say
put a
no,
period.
they're not either. 'Cause
Period.
Kids get
Kids
through
get access.
child
So what you thinking? They
safety
gonna
locks.
Yeah, they
take
do.
some tape, wrap it around.
Let me tell you
No,
something.
you're just making
We
it sound
tried
really
that.
simple. It's just one day that box will open
Yeah, it
for
will.
that kid.
It will. There's going to be a kid across this
But-
country.
and-
Think about the ratio, percentage.
Mhm.
You got to include it.
But what I'm also saying is that it doesn't have to be where kids know that they are. There are so many places it can be hidden. It can only
So it's like the marshal on the plane. Nobody knows who the
nobody
marshal
knows.
is.
Nobody knows who has
So
the
nobody
gun.
knows which teacher has the gun.
Yeah, but it's known that teachers are carrying guns. Like it's a sign that we carry up in here. Try us if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how this has a sign that says this is a drug free.
Hey, look. This is a
drug-free,
Your children attend Cary Elementary.
Cary Elementary. Yes.
If students know like a lot about their teachers, like to the point where they know the dog's name in their family, they're gonna
that
know
is true.
which one is carrying.
I'm not saying that they don't know that their particular teacher is carrying, but they don't necessarily know that that's the teacher who's carrying.
Yeah, so
You know
they're
what
just
I'm
gonna
saying?
shoot that one first.
Like we know
regardless.
teachers.
We like let's say this. You might know your teacher gangster, like she don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? And she would probably be the one to carry, but the administration has, set teachers.
Yeah, so he'll just write that list down and shoot all of them accordingly first.
Y'all act
What if
like
it-
we about to
what
have
listen.
the whole holy braille just up for the kids to see. It don't even have to.
What if this is high school now? Let's get out of elementary and middle. What if it's high school?
They ain't shooting kids in high school. They shooting them in elementary school.
Are you kidding? You forgot what happened in Florida?
Was that? Oh, that was Park Lake High School. Okay, so yeah. Let's bring that back. In high school, I mean, even in high school, I don't see what would be the difference.
You don't think a high school student will access it
No,
and be able to pretend?
it's like a safe. You don't necessarily know where it's at. You know what
I'm
I'm
just
saying?
concerned that people are not responsible gun owners, and I'm very concerned because I've seen a lot of cases where, I mean, even parents are not responsible gun owners. Look how many situations that we've had, even in the state of Georgia, where the child got to a weapon and shot its sibling. And then one in Georgia was a black female that was trying to cover up the murder. And she drove the kid to the hospital and said it was a drive-by.
Well, why
instead
can't
of telling them the truth that the child got access to the gun accidentally.
Why can't they just have like a safe built in the school wall where only the administrator knows where the guns are? You know what I'm saying? Like
there's no such thing as a secret.
I'm not saying there's no such thing, but if it's
So
if it's a safe, ain't nobody cracking.
No,
the
it's
safe.
not about cracking the safe. Now it's about strategically where you're going to be at. If I hit that room first, no one's going to be able to touch a gun.
Right.
I'm
'Cause
pretty sure
already
the
in that
kids
room.
don't know where the petty cash is in the high school.
I'm pretty sure you could guess. I'm sure you knew exactly where they hid the cell phones. Oh no, you too old.
Shut up.
It
It was pages. Okay? It was pages.
Where did they hide the pages?
Where
You
they
knew
had-
where they hid the
No.
pagers. You knew where all your stuff was at. You knew where those things were. You may not know exactly where they are, but you know it's in that room.
All I'm saying is
It's in that desk
it
over
can
there.
definitely be a plan in place in order to make it work. I'd rather there be a plan in place where there's somebody that can protect my kid than for some coward ass police officers to be standing outside talking about
Waiting on armor.
we waiting on
Waiting on armor.
The
waiting
problem
on.
with kids is that they're very unpredictable. So I don't know what kind of plan you have, but you're gonna need a plan B.
And then here's another thing. How about
And he don't mean to peel.
here's the plan.
You were too late for Plan B.
I know, right? Here's the other thing. How about we have some metal detectors? Like that can solve all the problems right there.
But
Where
we
are the
already
metal
brought the
detectors?
guns in past the metal detector.
I'm talking about for kids who come in
She's talking about
shooting.
Okay.
Right. Ain't no
Metal detectors.
metal detectors.
Okay.
Are they going what? They can't have no medical detectors. Them the ones
She
that
said,
need
"I
it.
always been in school with them." So
Yeah, no, like I mean, there's no metal detectors at where my kids go, but like in up north, there's metal detectors at all the high
So
schools.
y'all would just shoot them up, bang, bang up there?
We didn't have any school shootings because you had and they always stop you, like they always
You buzzing. They're buzzing you on purpose.
Yeah, they always buzz.
I
They
don't
go
know,
through your
man.
bag. They check your stuff.
It's tough. It's
Dangerous
tough.
Minds have metal detectors.
But speaking of dangerous minds, topic number 2 is about Donald Trump, who says, based on the insurrection hearings and the investigation of what took place on January 6th, listeners, the third hearing, it's been revealed that Donald Trump had a conversation with Vice President Pence. And Donald Trump's position was that it would be cool if Pence just violated the law and not certify the election so he would still remain president.
He didn't say the words violated the law because he
Oh.
don't know law. He just, wouldn't it be cool if you just go ahead and do it?
The sad part about the hearing and the story is that he threatened Pence with, "You're not going to be my friend. I'm not going to be your friend if you don't do it."
Well, he followed through with a worse threat when he had them boys go down there with them nooses.
Can you imagine having a president that people want to run in 2024 that is telling the vice president to engage in criminal conduct, crystal clear criminal conduct? For him to have been asking Pence that, he had to have known and had to have believed that he didn't win.
He was told. Now, if he accepted that information is a different story.
Okay, so you believe he heard he didn't win,
But I
he didn't
don't-
believe he didn't win. You actually believe he didn't believe that?
In his world, I don't think he cared. It's just believe it or not believe it. It's not even on the table. It's the fact that I need to.
This is what I want.
This is what I want. Yeah.
And I don't
it's
care
not
about
a matter
belief.
of whether I believe it
I
or
don't
not.
have to believe that. I don't have to believe you have
Yeah.
chocolate in the fridge, but I want some.
Yeah.
Can't you just go to the store
Yeah.
and pick it up?
But here's the thing. I am like, when you say I can't believe that people will want him to run again, like I don't understand how you don't understand why people want him to run again.
I can't, because I thought that in this United States that people wanted the certain entities of the government, the executive, the legislative, and the judicial, because they're such critical foundations of America, that I felt like there was line in the sand that people would draw, and they would say, "Nah, we can have a cop that's crooked. You know, we can have a mayor that's crooked. We can have mayor on crack and we'll reelect him. But there's certain offices, positions of authority that were just the highest position in the country. Nah.
What history have you been following?
I don't know of any history where they wanted to do that.
This is America. And America, you take what you want and you get what you want by any means necessary. I don't know why you even think.
You didn't think there's a line?
No.
Wow.
People who want what they want, go after it by any means necessary. Period. Come hell or high water.
So you're saying that this country and the fiber of morality is never existed? You just don't think there was no morals?
It
was just talk?
We're in a country where the objectivity of morals, there's no center. You know, it used to be, you know, where God was the objectivity of morals. He sets the standard for what the morals are. And that's what people believed in. And you can always go back to that to make a moral decision. But there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying that you can't have morals if you don't believe in God, but now that everything is subjective, everything is different. You know, what used to be taboo is normal. What used to be normal is taboo. There's no rules no more. And because there's no rules,
blurred lines.
And because there's blurred lines, you go for, all right, I see how this world is going. If you're not on if you don't have the insight to realize that this world is going to hell in a handbasket. So let me jump on what is going to benefit me the most. And I'm going to be honest. If Trump said, and let me say, if reparations for blacks, or you know what, we're going to give blacks mortgages with 0 interest rates, and you know, we're going to do this, and we're going to create savings accounts, and all their kids can go to school. You think I care what he's saying and doing to other people?
Oh, now, so as long as I'm getting what I want.
Hold on. In public, it's, oh no, hell, I would never. But in private, like Trump and Pence, vote.
Because I'm going to get what I want.
Because I'm going to get what I want.
Yeah.
I spit everywhere. But I'm going to get what I want. So when people, because you don't like Trump, I get that. But if it was someone who was telling you, I'm going to do this and this and that and this and
so
this.
So the means justify the ends. Because the ends, I'm going to get what I want, and I don't care by any means.
It's not even about the means. It's not.
No. What I'm saying is his means would be illegal. So for me to get him to do what I want him to do, which is using the example you provided.
Here's the thing. He told me it wasn't illegal. And everybody else, they have been liars, and they have been caught up in lies, and the liberals were lying, and those conservatives over there were lying, and this person is lying, and that person is lying. They're saying one thing, and Fauci said this, and blah, blah, blah. And you got all this noise in your head, and you're like, well, maybe Trump's not lying because they stole the election. They also said that the Russians stole the election, so Hillary couldn't have won, so maybe they stole it from Trump. And oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? It's
but
how
did this country get to a level where conspiracy theories have taken over rationale, common sense? How did we get there?
Because we lost our center,
which is God. Right.
To me, it was racism.
Well, that's true too.
It started coming out in the open, and you couldn't couldn't say what you wanted to say.
After we kneeled on George Floyd's neck.
No. Even before that, let me tell you why God is the center. Because then the reason why, and when I'm saying God,
I just want to jump in here again.
Uh-huh.
How far ago was this center? Because again, there's slavery.
I'm gonna go. That's why I'm going there. That's why I'm
back you going to?
I'm going all the way
to the center of the universe.
I know. And wait, here you go. 14.6 billion years ago, there was the Big Bang. No, what I'm saying is, and when I say God, I'm just saying in a sense of just universal
sense
morality.
Of right and wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
You don't have to believe in it.
Right.
You don't have to. Some people,
but you believe in right or wrong.
Right. So
and you know that
these are the rules. And in this moment, in this time frame, it was a majority Christian people running it, you know, and committing atrocities and putting people into slavery and this and that.
Right.
But when you have, you know, when you look at it and you have the opposite occur, when you have those same people who are Christians, but they're not in that section of the Christianity say this is wrong. So now you have this pullback to bring it back to the center. So once you go to the extreme, you bring it back to the center. So now you come back into the center. Then something else happens. Well, now we're not, we don't have slavery, but we're still mistreating people. And then, so now we got all these laws that still put people down. And then you have, rights advocates and civil rights activists that pull it back to the center, because the civil rights movement was based off of a Christian foundation, and it pulls it back into the center. Now you have gays and lesbians not being treated. I need to be on the microphone right here. You have gays and lesbians not being treated right. And we look and say, well, you know what? We shouldn't be mistreating people, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what we do, we pull it back to the center, because everybody should be treated fair. And now maybe the God thing is getting a little bit, because some people are saying, well, God ain't got nothing to do with that. But other people are saying, these are people, you have to treat them right. So we pull it back.
No, because God is love.
Because God is love.
And if you're supposed to love everybody.
So now it's going into, and I'm transgender issues, and some people are like, I don't even get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you have one extreme where it's like, people just do whatever you want to do, and another extreme where I just don't even get it. So now, can you even get to the center? Because you can't even.
Because we're pulling each other in so many different directions.
So many different directions.
It's hard.
We just extreme.
So many levels.
And now there is no real center. So everybody's just out here figuring it out, doing the best that they can, and.
But I think Biden figured it out, because Juneteenth holiday is here.
Did Biden
Listeners, the Juneteenth holiday.
Did you allow Biden to colonize Juneteenth? You just give him all the credit for a holiday that he didn't create.
I'm giving him credit for signing that law into federal holiday. And it's coming up
on Monday.
Yes, I am.
That's what's up.
Yes, I am. I cannot speak out of two sides.
I better walk up in here and better be closed, because I was showing up.
Let me tell you something. You could drive up here, because we don't play. Okay. We don't die. We multiply.
Man, I'm not gonna be able to cash my check. I be closed. Damn you, Juneteenth. I can't cash my check.
I put my money where my mouth is. I don't say it. I'm about it. I do it. So if I expect for people who are Caucasian to want to stop and recognize what's going on with Black people, I must recognize what's going on with Black people. Just like Martin Luther King holiday, we are closed.
I think my boss was going to give me Juneteenth off. But then he's like, you don't work this Monday, do you? It's like, no.
You already off.
You already off. I think he's going to give it to me.
You should say, hey, it's a federal holiday. Feel free to cut the check.
I think if I would have asked, no, we don't. You have to work in order to get paid. There's no.
Well, then, sir, you're not helping.
No, but no. A day off
is a day off.
Yeah. When you don't feel obligated to, when I ain't got to call in like,
hey, I don't. No, I'm itchy.
Let me
like your daughter. Your daughter.
No. I got a better one. I had a coworker call in like a couple of days ago, and said she couldn't come in because she broke a nail. Like, is it that easy?
Like, a nail.
I'm over here. Like I have to. Maybe it was bad. I don't know, but I guess when you do hair and if your nail is broken, it's probably hard
because you're getting water in it.
Yeah,
depending on where it was.
She
cracked.
came in the next day, and her birthday was the night before. Just say I'm drunk, and you don't want no lawsuits.
Yeah. So I can't come in there jacking people's heads up.
Yeah,
that's not a good.
And
idea.
Not even in the sense of their color may not turn out right. In the sense of
I may cut it wrong,
right?
And you cannot fix it.
Stabbed in the head.
That's a problem. Oh my word!
But no, like it's out of all excuses to use. Like, how about COVID?
So she's not coming to work on Monday then. Juneteenth.
No, I think we're open.
She's gonna take Juneteenth off.
I think we're open.
No, but she'll take it off because it's a holiday.
No.
Oh, she won't take it off.
She don't work on that Monday.
Oh, okay. So
I'm talking about not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. Okay. She broke a nail. She came in yesterday.
Okay.
but her birthday was the day before. yesterday.
So I just happened to break a nail on my birthday.
She
And I don't
probably
wanna
was.
harm
She's probably
anybody.
getting it in, and she
Turned
probably
up.
tripped
Turned
and just
up.
and then her nails. Oh.
Not a problem. All right.
I think wait, before we leave, I know we're trying to leave the subject. I think it's a important question, at least I've seen in the community, about this Juneteenth thing and having marketing around it. You know, Walmart trying to find ways to sell stuff around the holiday. Other big time retailers trying to find ways to make profits. Off
We
of
do it for 4th of July.
So they, you know, some people are saying, you know what, it's ours. We don't really want it to be marketed in a way because you don't know how to market to us or anything.
Well,
like
how about
that.
they say, let people of color help you with that process. So Walmart, we
How
need
about
you
we-
to.
was that your executive voice?
You Negroes. You
Great idea, Tyrone. It's a great idea.
What? Do you want to throw the monkey on the sweatshirt? Just monkeying around. Put the black boy in that one. Yeah. No.
Watermelon and fried chicken.
Look, like, okay. So I hate saying this word, but I'm going to try it anyway. It's Abercrombie. Did I say that right?
No.
Abercrombie. Did I say it right? Abercrombie.
Abercrombie. yeah.
Abercrombie. Abercrombie. Like, I don't wear that white stuff. But anyways, they had a team, and they had they were known to be. I didn't even know about this store because I didn't go in this store. I used to walk past it all the way to go to Wet Seal and the Rainbow and the Rave and Polo and the Gap. Like, I'm walking past. I didn't know how big it was. You know what I'm saying? But it was really a big store, I guess. And they had a team of designers, and they would make a lot of graphic tees, and they had a line of graphic tees that were very offensive to Asians. But they literally had an Asian person on that team.
Wow.
Yeah.
That created that.
Right, but
That said it was okay to do it. No, they weren't honest. They were scared to stand up and say in the room.
That's the point.
Yeah.
They're not going to have you in there, and the person who in there is like, I am getting a
check, a paycheck,
a 6-figure check.
And I'm not going to ruin that
Am
check.
I going to ruin it?
Well,
Let them be
it's
offended.
about creating the environment where that no is allowed.
Hey, so I don't even want to. Hey, Jamal, I'll go with, our people. I don't want to say an Asian name and come off racist, but hey, Jamal, because we always say Jamal. Hey, Jamal, what do you think about this shirt that say monkeying around and we put it on the black boy? It's cool.
Great idea.
We get it.
Great idea.
No, see, what you have to do is 2 weeks earlier. And when he was like, hey, I really don't think this thing is a good idea, where you have this monkey on the street, and they were like, no, Jamal, it's completely fine. Trust me. It's
And he goes,
all right."
okay.
And he's like, if y'all say so.
If you go, if you want to
and
go
then you
with
ask
that.
him a question 2 weeks later. He said, what do you think about this one? He's like, let me tell you something. You're not ever getting another idea out of me.
Right. And then when it all, like, Jamal, why you ain't say nothing?
I said it 4 weeks earlier.
I'm going
Like
to have to start put them email CC. I just don't think it'll be a
I
great
think it's
idea.
okay for them to do things. I think what's wrong with that? Celebrate. How you going to say you fight for a holiday and then you don't want any celebration associated
First
with
of all,
is marketing celebration?
right. First of
Yes,
all, I'm not
because-
even that invested because I even know about Juneteenth since 3 years ago. Like, I'm not even invested. And second of all, there were still slaves in Delaware. You know who lived in Delaware?
I
once
can't
upon a
hear
time?
who.
Do you know who lived in Delaware once upon a time?
Who lived in Delaware once upon a
Joe
time?
freaking Biden, okay? He came from the state which was one of the last to free slaves, and that was in the North. I'm just saying.
I like the fact that
Is Delaware in the
A
north?
state, yes, it is. It is in the North. It's north of the Mason-Dixon, which is found in Maryland.
Is it north of the Mason-Dixon?
Is it? It's like, when you have...
Is Maryland south?
It's south of Maryland?
Is Maryland south? I'm asking.
the Mason-Dixon.
She said not
All right,
for
so
her.
you're saying
Dictates.
Mason-Dixon.
Dictates.
Then yes, it is in fact south.
Oh, I ain't seen that map in a while.
Well, she said she did the Masonry, not the Mason-Dixon.
It's north to me. Go and pull up the map. I don't trust you.
She said it's not Mason.
I know you stayed in
Dixon.
Pennsylvania, so
Not
you
the
might.
Mason-Dixon.
It's the
No,
Mason-Dixon.
your producer was a historian.
Maps are just relative when you
A
think about
historian.
it. North to south, and this is relative to where you're looking.
Oh, is that it?
You know,
If you
Yeah.
turn it
Hey, 'cause you
upside
could be
down,
north of Georgia, right? Come on, pull this map up. Let me see where
if
it's
you turn
at.
it upside down, then it would be north. You know what I'm saying? But if you put
It's
it in
north
the
of-
right
Wait,
direction,
where is Delaware? Can you pull it up? I can't see now. Why you put? Am I right? Is that why you put it down,
she said,
Trust me.
"You're wrong."
dude?
He said, "Don't trust you.
Hold on. Let me
Trust me."
You
Oh,
pull
now
up every map, but the map that I want to see. Where my phone at?
Okay, so
So you just gonna okay?
make sure you see it on a real map. Is that what it is? We're gonna have to help this diva out with her history.
Okay, it's very.
That is
okay.
in fact the Mason-Dixon line.
Is that the Mason-Dixon? Let me look. Hold on. I'm gonna just.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my word. I don't understand
What are you doing?
why
Is this the Mason-Dixon?
the-
Oh, if I touch it, is it lighting up?
you touching the Mason-Dixon line. I'm gonna need you to thank Joe Biden for Juneteenth and have a Mason-Dixon seat as you stand and sit corrected.
Where is that
Stand-
Mason-Dixon line?
Stand and sit corrected.
Oh, it's
okay?
still in Delaware. It runs in Delaware.
Stand and sit.
It's north of the Mason-Dixon line. It's east of it. It's east of it. Look, you see it's in the north. The Mason-Dixon line dictates the north from the south. Ain't that what that do? Historian.
It
Why
depends.
you say he's a historian? I
It's-
thought he was an engineer.
It depends.
I thought
It
he was an
depends.
engineer.
It depends.
Does it depend on what day?
That's correct.
So I am correct. It is north of the Mason-Dixon line, east of Maryland. There's a piece. Look, this piece right here.
Look,
We-
look. I'm gonna need
They
you.
can only
to sashay.
see your legs. They
Look.
can't see your face. If you
Look.
don't sit down,
I'm gonna need you to sit down.
You see it, Mario? You see this piece
I'm gonna need you to sit down so that we don't have to edit. Okay? All that posing. You cannot be heard. You cannot be heard. You understand that?
There's a piece of Delaware that's higher.
Did you hear the word I used? You cannot be heard. Amber Heard. Okay? That's where we're going. Listeners, Amber Heard went to Dateline NBC and did a sit-down
transitioning.
interview after losing drastically to Johnny Depp. Why would you go sit down on Dateline and do an interview after the jurors said, "We don't believe you"?
I'm about to tell you why.
And think that you could make the exact same arguments.
I am about to tell you why.
Because I'm blind?
I want you to follow the story.
Because I'm bleach blind.
What she realized is that her attorneys was like, ma'am, we not about to do this no more. We're not going to appeal your case. We are done. So she like, damn, how am I going to pay this money? Eureka. I could do interviews so I can use this money to pay the bills. Because
No, but the
obviously
reports
I'm not
are
going to get another movie.
that she is now negative $6 million.
like in
net,
that.
in net. You know, you have a net value. What's the net value of such and such? They said she is negative $6 million. They said she cannot pay it.
they're being mean.
Let me tell
in
you
a
something.
joke
They are
by
horrible.
saying she's negative $6 million under.
She said, I don't blame the jurors because after
That's who
3
you did. That's
weeks-
the problem. Your perspective is wrong. You should be blaming them
First
jurors.
of all-
You should be blaming Johnny. You need to blame yourself. You need to blame your attorneys that you allowed to see all this op-ed and you ran it past your attorneys.
but the
You should blame
interviewer asked
everybody.
her, she said, ma'am, if you really wanted to move on with your life, why 2 years after you were rid of him and you had $7 million? You got $7 million to go away. Why would you want to write an op-ed.
Well, she donated that $7 million.
No. She pledged it.
Now, here's my other question.
There's a difference between pledge and donate. She
Is
used
it?
them synonymously.
Is it?
According to her, during her testimony,
Okay.
she said, I use them synonymously.
Here's my-
Unfortunately for her, Camille was like, well, I don't.
Here's my question. Who signed her up for that?
Somebody who does not have any. You know what? I think they underestimated I think even Johnny underestimated the people's love for him. I do. I think he was shocked.
No, I'm talking about who signed her up to give $7 million of her divorce settlement to.
No. Nobody signed her up.
Self-induced.
She's induced that beatdown by herself. She went on some British show and they were like, we hear you got $7 million in your divorce proceedings. And she goes, oh, and I donated. Wait. All 7 million? Yes, all 7 million. Why would you say that? So they pulled that clip up of her saying she donated all $7
Did
million.
she say who she donated it to?
She said it's a pledge. No. She told him she donated all of it.
To who?
And she listed out how she divvied it out. That's the problem is in the interview, she said, I gave $5 million here and I gave $3 million there. So she said where she gave the money to. And the guy
Wait.
was like, that's very noble of you.
Wait. Let me think. So, did she say she already told these people, or she just made it up? Like,
No,
oh,
she literally said, I donated all $7
no,
million.
you're not answering my question. My question is, did she contact these organizations to let them know I'm going to send you this money, or in this interview she just made it up on the fly?
No, she pledged. According to her, she pledged, right? So she says, Dana, I'm going to pledge
So she
$3
did
million
contact people
to your organization.
Okay.
But she didn't give you a dime. So that's what people are
Did she
saying.
get a plaque for the pledge
Nothing,
before the check?
And that's why the interviewer was asking her on Dateline NBC, don't you think that goes to credibility? That the jurors figured that you weren't credible because you went on a show and said you donated $7 million and you had not. I can see how the entire trial was geared towards making me look as if I was not truthful. But if I had evidence, they said it was fake. And if I didn't have evidence, they said I didn't have evidence. Ma'am, I suggest you find a corner,
And sit in
just like Casey Anthony did when she got that not guilty verdict in Florida for harming her child. You go find a corner and sit in it.
Ooh, I wonder what that attorney doing. The attorney who defended
Baez?
Casey Anthony.
Oh, the defense counsel?
Yeah.
Oh, he just won another case. He just had a trial that aired on Court TV where they charged a doctor with killing his patients. Baez got a not guilty, honey. He is raking in the dough. He is another Crump on another level.
I don't know if he's another Crump.
Okay.
I mean,
Because Crump is pulling in the millions for these beatdowns, so let's not play.
I mean, and
I don't know how
let's
Crump
look at
can appear in every city patting her back. That boy can preach and pat her back. As
Do he
soon
have
as,
a license and every?
let me tell you something. As soon as somebody gets shot, Crump,
Yes.
you see a picture of Crump rubbing somebody's back.
Yeah.
Like,
Do he got a
What
federal
the-
bar card?
honey, he got a back rubbing bar card. That's what he got.
the ratio of
Back rubs
back rub.
that you have seen.
I don't know if he filed a letter or anything to court
here.
since forever.
You're doing your interview. Your brother got shot.
I don't know if this man's made an appearance in
Look,
front of a court.
he don't have to make one. He's a back
No,
rubber.
I'm sorry. He's at the court. He made an appearance in front of the court. I'm sorry. He's done that.
His
He's
photo
just
shoots
not been in
are
front of the judge.
Yeah, he's a good back rubber. Kudos
So he
to
don't
Crump.
argue or litigate.
I've never seen him in court.
Not since
I've never
the
seen him in
first
court.
one.
How's he getting paid?
not since the first one.
I've not seen him on any of them.
No, I can't remember.
He's-
if it was
he filed suit
was
and
Trayvon
settles.
his first one.
Trayvon, but he filed suits and settled. They didn't go to trial in Trayvon.
I don't
He reached an
remember.
agreement. He reaches an agreement.
Okay.
Even in the young lady, what's her name again?
Yeah.
Amber.
Briana.
In Briana Taylor's case, he settled. They settled. Matter of fact, they settled before the grand jury came out, thinking that was going to appease people and people were going to be happy because he got the check, and they revealed the amount that he got. So they thought, okay, y'all are not going to be upset because now you know Brianna got a check. And by the way, I didn't tell the grand jury about murder. While you're at it, while you waiting on that murder indictment, I didn't tell them about murder. I didn't present that to them. So good luck to you.
You talking about that's a different attorney. You talking about the one that's running for office?
No, I said Crump went and got the settlement regarding Briana Taylor's case. Immediately following him getting or shortly after he got the settlement for the Briana Taylor case, the attorney general made the announcement that the grand jurors did not indict the law enforcement officers.
No, I understand what you're saying, but the way you said it, it sounded as if you were talking about Ben Crump saying I didn't tell him about murder.
No. I said
I
after Ben got the check and rubbed the back of the family, then he came out and said, now the back rub is complete. I forgot to tell. This is the attorney general was saying, I didn't tell the grand jurors about a murder. I presented shooting a hole in the wall of the neighbors. That's how that went.
Where is this grand jury under the rock?
No, the grand jurors came out and said he's a liar. He didn't tell us anything.
As a grand jury, you can only go based off of what they
present. Yeah.
But you could just, you don't have to.
No, but they came out and told the truth.
On a jury so
no,
bad.
no. The grand jurors are different. The prosecutor presents to the grand jurors what they would like them to indict the alleged defendant for. And then when the grand jurors get the evidence presented to them, they either say you have sufficient evidence to indict and they issue an indictment.
Or they say you don't of the people involved.
Yeah, it's the grand jurors that revealed, because remember, grand jury proceedings are secret. And he thought that nobody would ever find out what he did. But the grand jurors were so upset when they saw the media reports about them not indicting.
They not live in that state?
The grand jurors?
Yeah, they have to. But
I know, but I'm just saying they ain't watch a news.
the rule
Yeah, but
is
they
you
can't bring
make
the
up
charges.
charge.
The grand jurors don't get to make up the charges. The attorney general does. So he brings to you, here, would you like apples, oranges, or grapefruit? You come out and they say, you didn't take that banana? And they go, we didn't get presented with a banana.
So what you're saying is that they may have knew that the police officers.
They were upset when they came out.
You ain't even let me finish. The grand jury may have knew that the police officers shot the girl, but because there was no charge,
the grand jurors were crystal clear that Briana got shot. They were crystal clear.
They were just waiting for the charge.
They're waiting for the prosecutor to come in there and say, and indict them for murder.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They never heard that.
Because we have the evidence. Because that's what the grand jury is supposed to be. Oh, we're working on getting the evidence to the grand jury about this.
That's what they said.
So once they have that, then they would move forward. So they're waiting on that. But they didn't get that.
And they got upset. Because when they came out and the people were outraged that the grand jurors didn't indict murder, the grand jurors started talking and saying
I think it was more based on the fact that he presented it as
if they did not indict it.
And
that was disingenuous because the people were saying, how could you go out here and tell them that we didn't indict for murder when you never presented murder for us to indict?
So the next DA could do a murder charge because that wouldn't be double.
No, it wasn't presented.
Right. So
and if you didn't present something, you can't say it's jeopardy is attached because the grand jurors didn't indict.
Right. So the next DA
hopefully
can come back.
He loses the race, the gubernatorial race. Remember, he's running for governor.
Right. So if he's running for governor, he can't be the DA.
No.
So whoever runs.
But if he wins for governor, then you're hoping. I hope he lose for governor and lose for DA, and had to give up his position for DA. Because sometimes when you're running for certain positions, ask Brian Kemp, who did not resign from his position as Secretary of State while he was running for governor. Remember that? Right. So if that state permits him to remain DA as he runs for governor, then if he loses, he gets to stay DA.
You know what? I have been sending I'm voting for Kemp to all the little Democratic texts that they sent to me. That finally I got a Kemp one that said, Kemp is coming to the polls. Be ready. Let's. It's like,
you wanted those?
I just got one.
I wanted those.
I was like, oh, okay, Kemp.
Well, let's Kemp it up in here and wrap this show up.
Let's do it, honey, because
put a bow on it, because that is the end of this episode. I'm done counting numbers.
40. You were supposed to do it big for 40. And that's your first sip.
Wow, that's our first sip for our 40.
This is episode 40?
40. Remember we were talking about her turning up for 40? And we didn't do
that.
anything.
Wasn't this episode. We ain't say that. We said that.
We said that
episode.
for 39.
Turn up for 41.
We're going to turn up for 40. Let's just do 40 over.
40 over. 40 again.
40 again. Turn up. 40, 40, 40.
Okay, while she turns up, let me turn down. Please look for our episodes each Wednesday. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And be sure to catch our videos on YouTube each week so you can see the beautiful colors that we're pushing out this season.
Royalty and purple.
Subscribe. And on that note, Diva Court will drink to that. She don't drink, she gulp.
I do. Facts, all the facts. And
All of it evident. We got to drink to that.